Hey, AJ here from the Moto Academy. Today's video, it's going to be a doozy. You want to know why? We're breaking down ARENACROSS. Most dangerous thing ever. I can say that. I'm allowed to say that because I once raced it. Today we're going to break down some crashes, I'm assuming, and hopefully give you guys a little insight as to why that crash happened in the first place. And maybe if you one day, for some reason, decide to race ARENACROSS, these videos might be able to help you avoid these situations. If you guys want to send in your riding footage to be analyzed, go to club.themotoacademy.com, subscribe to the Moto Academy app, and it's basically a one-on-one lesson online. So head over to themotoacademy.com. Without further ado, I'm going to jump right in. I haven't seen any of these yet, so bear with me if I have to watch it through 100 times. Okay, this looks like actually and immediately just knocked out. Okay, but let's watch this through. Let's see if we can actually tell you guys why this happened. That jump actually looked like it was built well. Safe. Should be safe. Okay, let's see what happened. Way too far back off the back of the bike. Let's go back to the takeoff. Any issues with this takeoff? No real issues with the takeoff. My guess is right here he realized, oh, I'm going a little sideways, which is a non-issue. And I'm going to case it, which is the bigger issue, and then just pushes the bike away. And so therefore casing the jump, landing sideways, which again, if you're in the right position, isn't the biggest issue in the world. But being that far off the bike, then when this person lands, all of their weight just drives to the front, knees cave forward, butt is already right here on the seat, and then it's just going to slingshot you off at that point. So what you would want to do in that situation is when you get here and you're like, uh-oh, stay in position, keep your head forward. If the bike's sideways, doesn't matter. Keep your head forward, stay in position, balls of your feet, and when you land, you have to have the strength to hold that position. Therefore, going through like a little bit of your body suspension stroke. You can't just let your whole body cave forward, which is what this person did right here, and what a lot of riders do at my classes in scenarios when they're just getting sketchy with it. So, well, hopefully he's okay. At least he got knocked out so he didn't feel it. The dirt didn't look too hard packed. I mean, that actually seemed like a decent setup. All right, moving on. Next one. This one looks a little bit more sketchy. It's outside, so naturally it's just going to be probably okay. The jump versus not jump. The jump versus not jump. Let's see. We're going to watch this one more time through. I think. Where does it go wrong? Oh, his feet were never even on the pegs. This happened to me actually today when I was at the track. I went to go do a seat bounce and both my feet slipped off. So I found myself doing Superman. Weird. I have no idea what caused this person to get into this position here. But the fact that they jumped and didn't stay on the bike, best case scenario. Best case, and they jumped off perfectly and perfectly downside of the jump. 10. Ryan, I give that a 10. They jumped off the front of the bike on this outdoor ARENACROSS thing perfectly. I mean, he lands and does a nice roll, rolls out of it. Because imagine this. Okay, he right here trying to do Superman for some reason. In an endo, knowing you're going to case it. If you stay on the bike, look at where the bike lands. In the position he was in, he would have pummeled himself into that landing. Good on him. So that's a decision. Like, if you're going to case a big 70-foot triple like that, and you're in an endo, and you're already flying off the bike, get away from that thing. And best case scenario, you do that and just case or clear the obstacle with your body perfectly. Yeah, so we've got no choice but to give that one just a 10. If I've ever seen a 10, that's it. Next clip. All right, diving in. Oh, we got a takeout. And let's see the oh, cool, calm, and collected with it. Definitely not in a hurry to get up. Oh, I wish I could see the aftermath of, like, what is this dude going to do? He definitely seems like one of those types that just doesn't say anything, hops back on his bike really slow, and then just hunts you down. But let's break this down. So ARENACROSS, yeah, you're going to have aggressive passes. Dude on the 422 machine, he's squaring up the turn midway through, which is a bold move unless that was by accident. So the best way to play defense in an arena cross bull turn type situation is to make sure that you enter tight and you can exit wide. You just want to enter tight. What you don't want to do is enter wide and then cut down. It's actually what the most well-known example would probably be James Stewart when he went to square up the turn and he got T-boned by Dungey. That wasn't even intentional on Dungey's end, but it was because he squared up the corner so aggressively. So this person, the Yamaha, was clearly planning to go in for something already anyways, and then this guy just made it easy by kind of squaring down the turn. Although look at the angle of 43's bike. He was going for that regardless. Yeah, he did. I didn't even realize. My guy just throws a huge scrub. Bike barely moved, but good on him. Hey, he was celebrating. I think that's cool. And if you're going to take somebody out, just hit their front tire. You know what I mean? Like, that's a gentle, in that situation, hit their front tire. Because you're not going that fast. Like, if you're going to take anybody out, that's probably a safe way to do it. We're gonna give it a 9-1, mostly for that post takeout celebration. Next clip. Oh yes, this was the one I was hoping that would be queued up here. Stank Dog and Cade. Ejecto-citoed him right off the track. Okay, now little background on this. Right here, I think, if my story is straight, pretty sure that Cade took out Stank Dog, who is the person on the Husky right here. Cade took out Stank Dog in the first turn. Now, the first turn seemed like a bull turn, which is pretty dangerous to do. Like, that's gonna be takeout central, and the takeout that I saw didn't look that bad. So, what Stank Dog did, the guy on the white bike, he waited a lap or two and then let the leader, I think Cade was winning, or at least up front, come by and then took him out. So what that means is Cade wasn't on the defense at all. Cade went by him and probably assumed, okay, I'm by him, great. So came in wide, planned to exit wide and just get momentum to skim across the whoops, not knowing that Stank was flying in. Oh, I'd love to see. Yeah, and I tell you what, that wasn't that bad. Stank squared up right there. I think that was more of a matter of like, yeah, did he hit Cade's foot? Yeah, probably. If that takeout was in a race scenario, it probably wouldn't have happened because Cade would have been playing defense. But had that have happened, totally fine. Now, the fact that he waited a lap and did it, obviously that's where it becomes not fine. But hey, if I were, that place looks like it was packed. If I were in there, I would have been pumped to see that. I'm gonna give it a 9.5. And I can say that because I'm friends with Cade and Stank Dog. Okay, next clip. Oh, this one's shot from afar. Whoa, before we... What am I... Oh my... Hold on a second. What am I looking at? This person just... Are they okay? They're moving once they land. That's why we have nets, people. That's why we have nets in Supercross. Also, when I one day purchase a facility, why I will put nets on my Supercross track as well, because even for a good rider, it is pretty easy to get squirrely and then just launch yourself off of the berm. Now, what did he land in? Is that an inflatable? Is that a mini grandstands? Is that the podium? If that's an inflatable, this dude... If that's an inflatable, this guy got so unbelievably lucky. I can't even... I mean, bike misses him. Okay, if that's an inflatable, we're giving that a 10. If that's not an inflatable, we're going to definitely not give that a 10. Oh my gosh. ARENACROSS, just... Look at the person right here. Look at how excited they are. Unbelievable. Next clip. Okay, we got people. Oh, whoa. Oh. Okay. All right. This is interesting because we just had a very high-profile rider in Austin Faulkner getting hurt on a start crash because it went basically worst-case scenario. This is interesting. Let's watch this play-by-play and see if this was worst-case scenario or if they got lucky. Okay. Oh, whoa. All right. Oh, so the old... Okay, I was wondering what caused that to begin with. So right here, you could see his bar turn. They're locked. Their bars, their arms, something's locked right here. That is a scary thing to have happen going down a start straight. So it locks him. Okay, now he's disconnected, but he's off throttle at this point. Now fading that way. Okay, dabs his foot. Didn't look like he tore an ACL. Okay, now he's going back the other way. He's already, you could tell by his body, he's given up on this. He's already given up on this. Okay, this just in, I've just received intel from Dr. Irresistible that this is in fact Daniel Blair's son, Evan, which is quite cool. So I'm sure he's gotta be a good rider. I have no idea. And also received intel that this did result in a broken collarbone. Is that accurate? So feel better, Evan. But I tell you what, for a high-speed start crash, broken collarbone, you know, much worse things could have happened, especially, my man, we're just doing a full side saddle right now. Okay, so this could go wrong big time, this position he's in. But instead, how did he even break his collarbone? That seemed really there? Did that little impact break his collarbone? All right, so it's left shoulder. At what point? Yeah, it must have been when it slapped him down. That didn't look like that hard of an impact. But Evan, if you're watching this, all things considered, I do think you got pretty lucky. How do you avoid the bar lock? I mean, I guess you get your elbows up a little more and try to hope that your elbow will nudge them before it ends up being a forearm or wrist that really gets you locked in. But I've had elbow lock, arm lock, bars come together going down a start straight. Never fun. Yeah, so feel better, heal up. Okay, moving on. Next one, next clip. Oh, I've been to this. Oh. I'm pretty sure that this is the track that I rode right before Minneapolis Supercross last year to break in my race bike. Cool track, really good dirt. You can't really see because the lighting is weird combined with that dirt color, so the vision's a little weird. Let's break this down. Sick whip. I mean, sick whip. Now, my guess is, I forget what happened already the first time this played through. He's trying to bring it back a little fast. Does he go back the other way? Whoa. No, he just... Oh, he was nowhere even close to the downside. Okay, so far so good. Everything's going well. We're bringing it back. Whip comes back pretty much completely. But he just overshot the jump by... I have no concept of measurement, guys, so bear with me here. You overshot that by at least 100 feet. But 20 feet, and then he lands... Holy cow. I think he kind of got lucky too, though. Oh, no, maybe not. Maybe not. Let's watch this one. Okay, how do you avoid that? You avoid that in being a little bit more careful with how you're judging the jump, obviously. The hard part with doing whips is that you do tend to overshoot obstacles. Like even when you do a freestyle ramp to dirt, typical freestyle ramp is 75 feet. The sweet spot really is probably pulling that thing back to more like 85. There's just something about letting a whip really get out there that you need a certain amount of time to do it. So a lot of guys end up in situations where they overshoot. This wouldn't be a track where I'd want to do that. There's just too many variables. You have poles everywhere. There's equipment all over. I mean, Yeah, you got to definitely be a little bit more careful than that. Although that person did look like they know what they were doing, so hopefully they didn't get too hurt. Great style. I'm going to give it a 9.7 just for the fact that that was actually a pretty good whip before he crashed. If you guys want to learn how to whip, go to themotoacademy.com, and I'll teach you how to do it safely so you don't crash. Hopefully that person's okay. Next clip. Okay. Oh, freestyle clip for some reason. It must be unbelievable. Would you have thought, does he land that? Wow. Just doing I mean, I don't even know how to react to that. That is probably the most impressive thing I've ever seen. Like a triple backflip, I can comprehend the idea of being crazy enough to, they're calculated, they practice that for so long, but to just pull hard and to hold on to it, still would never do it in a million years. But when you factor in all of what this dude is doing, I mean, I remember when I watched Carey Hart do the first backflip in competition, I kind of say that he landed it. He basically landed it. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. Now to think that somebody's doing a backflip and doing I don't even understand how that works. And that was a great save of a landing. And a lot of strength for him to hold on to that, the landing. When you do a backflip and land front end high, that slaps you down forward with so much force. Insane. Nothing to do with ARENACROSS, but thank you, Dr. Irresistible, for throwing that in. Yeah, we are starting to put together a collection of tricks that I plan to be doing. The first one was the Josh Sheehan worm, and now we have one. Honestly, if you gave me, let's see. If I had to do this into a foam pit, how much money would you have to pay me to even attempt that into a foam pit? Probably no amount. I don't think I would do that into a foam pit. I'm sorry. There's just no way. To think that this person, yeah, that's insane. All right, guys. Hope you like this video. Let me pause that. Breaking down ARENACROSS clips. If you have video topics that you guys have in mind that you want me to break down, analyze, and explain, comment below. If you want to send in riding footage of yourself, go to club.themotoacademy.com where you guys can subscribe to the Moto Academy app. Or you can just go to the Google Play Store, the Apple App Store, download it there, and you can send through all of your riding footage inside of the app, and we'll be featuring you guys in these videos as well. All right, until next time. Toodles.